Okay, I'm going to introduce the second set of vocabulary, which says describe your classroom and respond to classroom instructions. We are en la clase. It says, ¿qué pasa hoy en la clase la profesora García? La profesora García dice, buenos días, por favor, saquen la tarea para hoy, Miguel. Lee el número 1, por favor. And Miguel says, perdone, profesora, no tengo la tarea. And la profesora García dice, Paulina. And Paulina says, un momento, profesora, necesito mi tableta. And profesora García says, Ramón. And Ramón says, perdone, profesora, repita, por favor. And profesora García dice, todos sacan un papel y escriben su nombre. Hoy hay prueba. Okay, so it starts off with ¿qué pasa hoy? We know ¿qué pasa from the first set of vocabulary means how are you doing? So it is saying how are you, but it doesn't mean necessarily like how are you doing or what's happening with you. This is like what's happening today, like in the classroom. So what's happening in the teacher's classroom? And she says, buenos dias, which we already know. Por favor, sacan la tarea. One of the first things teachers do when you walk into the classroom is they ask you to take out your homework, right? So sacan la tarea is take out your homework. And then she wants him to lee número 1. She wants him to read number 1. So when she says lee, she's telling him to read. And Miguel says, perdone, profesora, no tengo la tarea. He's saying, forgive me, teacher, I don't have my homework. So then she turns to Paulina over here, and Paulina says, un momento, profesora, necesito mi tableta. So she's saying she needs to get out this thing, una tableta, ¿verdad? And then, so she says, I need my iPad, my tablet. And la profesora then goes on to Ramón, and Ramón says, perdone, profesora, again, forgive me. Repita, por favor, because he's over here playing on whatever device he has, so he doesn't even know what she's asked, so he asked her to repeat. And then she gets frustrated, and like a lot of teachers, when the students haven't done the homework, she decides to give you guessed it, a quiz. So she says, sacan un papel, get out paper, escriban su nombre, write your name, hoy hay prueba. Okay. Also in this chapter, then we have some adjectives to describe items within the classroom. So we have color adjectives. We have amarillo, which is yellow, anaranjado, orange, azul, blue, blanco, white, gris, gray, morado, purple, negro, black, rojo, red, rosado, pink, verde, green, color café, brown, azul claro, which would be light blue, and azul oscuro, dark blue. Then some other items that you might find in the classroom are a cuaderno, a notebook, a computadora portátil, which would be, if you add the portátil piece to it, it's a laptop, like a portable computer. If you take that out, it's just a computer. Un bolígrafo, a pen, calculadora, a calculator, un cuaderno, a notebook, a diccionario, a dictionary, a libro, a book, mapa, a map, la mesa, a table, la mochila, a book bag, la pizarra, a board, and that can be a chalkboard or it could be like a whiteboard. Then you have your puerta. Okay, sorry, when I was in that display mode, you couldn't see it. La puerta. Then we have el reloj, which is a watch. So your puerta is the door. El reloj is the watch. That can also be your wristwatch. And la silla, chair. Okay. Then we have tableta again, which is your tablet or your like your iPad or your tablet. Then you have marcador, marker. La prueba, quiz. El lápiz, pencil. Papel, paper. La mujer, a woman. El hombre, a man. Then we also have some verbs, los verbos. Tengo 3 hijos. Owen, Caleb, y Lucas. I have 3 kids. Me gustaría tener una hija algún día. I'd like to have a girl one day. So tener is to have. Para estudiar, los estudiantes necesitan un libro de español. So to study, students need a Spanish book. Hay 30 estudiantes en la clase. There are 30 students in the class. Cuando los profesores llaman los nombres de los estudiantes para ver si están en clase o no, ellos les pueden contestar por decirles a ellos aquí o presente. So when the teacher asks you if you are here when she calls roll, you can either answer present or here, aquí. Hoy es miércoles, so that would be today. Today is Wednesday. Mañana es jueves. So if today is Wednesday, mañana is tomorrow, right? Tomorrow is Thursday. Descripciones. Yo pagué $10 por mi libro de español. Mi libro fue muy barato. We all know how much the Spanish book costs. It's pretty expensive. If you got it for $10, you got it very cheap, right? Barato. Pagué $100 por mi libro de ciencias. Mi libro fue muy caro. In comparison, the science book, which was $100, happens to be expensive, right? Un elefante es un animal grande. An elephant would be a big animal, grande. Un ratón, like Mickey or Minnie, es un animal pequeño. Pequeño would be small. Más vocabulario. No hablo chino, por eso no comprendo el programa Ni Hao Kai Lan. I don't speak Chinese, so I don't understand Ni Hao Kai Lan. No sé cómo esquiar. I don't know how to ski. Para estudiar el nuevo vocabulario, los estudiantes necesitan abrir sus libros a la página 19. So in order to start studying, you've got to open your book, right? Antes de tomar el examen de español, los estudiantes necesitan cerrar sus libros. So before you take a test, though, you've got to close your book. En el examen de español, los estudiantes tienen que contestar las preguntas en español. So on the test, I want you to answer the questions in Spanish. Nosotros escribimos con lápices y bolígrafos. We write with pencils and pens. Yo escucho el radio en mi carro. I listen to the radio in my car. Los estudiantes necesitan estudiar antes de tomar un examen. So you need to do what before you take a test? You got to study, right? Nosotros leemos libros y novelas. What do we do with novels? We read them. Para aprender cómo pronunciar bien el nuevo vocabulario, los estudiantes necesitan repetir a la profesora. So to pronounce the vocabulary well, students need to repeat the teacher. Después de las clases, voy a mi casa. So after I'm done with class, I go to my house. I go back home. Get this out of the way. Al principio de la clase, abro mi mochila y saco la tarea para revisarla con la profesora. So at the beginning of class, I wet my book bag to get out my homework. I gotta open it, right, to get that homework out. And so here are those words in command form. You'll notice that they're written two ways. On the outside, without an N is how you tell one person to do these things. And on the inside with the N is how you tell multiple people to do these things. So if I wanted to tell my students to get out their homework, if I was talking to one student, I'd say, saca la tarea. If I'm telling everybody to get it out, saquen la tarea. Abre, one student, abre el libro, open the book. Abran el libro, everybody open it. Cierra el libro, one person, cierren el libro, everybody. Contesta en español, one person, contestan en español, everybody. Escribe en la pizarra, one person, escriban en la pizarra, everybody. Or I probably wouldn't be everybody, maybe just a few I would send up there. But anytime you want multiple people to do something, then you add the N. Escucha, listen, everybody escuchen. Estudia, I just need one person to study, estudia, but if I want everybody to study, estudian. Lee el diálogo, one person read it. Lean el diálogo, everybody read it. Repite, one person repeat me. Repitan, everybody repeat me. Ve a la pizarra, one person go to the board. Vayan a la pizarra, multiple people go to the board. Okay? And there's perdone. Perdone can be excuse me or forgive me. Here he's saying, excuse me. But in the dialogue, we saw that the students were asking their teacher to forgive them. And you can think of that like perdón, like pardon, excuse me. Then some color words. Marrón can also be used for color café or pardo. Rosado could be substituted with el color rosa or just rosa. Morado could be púrpura or el color violeta or just violeta. And anaranjado could also be naranja. And then for your technology, we had la computadora. It could also be called an ordenador. If you go to Spain, they call it an ordenador. If you're in Latin America, they call it a computadora. And when we talk about a cell phone, el teléfono celular, it would be el teléfono celular or el celular in Latin America, and it's el teléfono móvil or just a móvil in Spain.